of course, fertility issues cause stress and emotions. That's normal. A fertility process is stressy and you cannot change that. But what you can change is the ways that you deal with it, the way you cope with it. And that's what they call coping styles. And I think it's very interesting to know that there are two big type of coping styles. You have the passive coping styles and the active coping styles. And with the passive coping styles, you go into the so-called flight modus. You try to run away from your stress and your emotions, and you try to build a wall around you so that you don't have to feel it, because it feels uncomfortable, of course. And there are several ways to do this. You can minimize it and you can rationalize it and say, oh, it's fine, I'm fine, and there are worse things in my life, and many people experience this, etc., etc. You can, you can ignore it and don't talk about it actively and take social distance from people. You can create negative thoughts in your mind also to protect yourself and staying behind your wall. You can eat emotionally, for example. These are all passive coping styles. And there are also the active coping styles. And there you go into the fight modus instead of the flight modus. So you tear down your wall and you are going to have the courage to connect with your stress and your emotions. For example, by talking about it, by rethinking your negative thoughts, by working on your self-confidence, by broadening your horizons, etc., etc. And it is especially important that you have a good balance between the two, that you use the active coping styles and the passive coping styles. The biggest pitfall is that you only use the passive coping style. It's no problem if you use passive coping styles. It's normal. We all do. But you have to also apply an active one. For example, if you create worrying thoughts in your head that keep you in your comfort zone and behind your wall, it's okay as long as from time to time you try to rethink them and question them critically. That's very important. What's also important to realize is that we all have our unique set of coping styles in different situations of our life, not only the fertility process, but also different processes or situations in our lives. And it's very enlightening for yourself to discover what exactly is your set of coping styles that you use in every situation, because it's a pattern. It's one of the things I do with my clients as a fertility coach, because then you can also make adjustments to your coping styles.